Hello everybody, what is up? This is IMNestea. I'm back once again to cast some SC2 Pro replays for you, and part of my Cast a Pro week. That way I'm casting 2 pro games every day, that way I can get better at casting in general. And today, I've had some treats for you today. I think today is going to be just as good of a treat this game. And we have here FnaticaLive down here in the bottom left-hand corner of the map Cloud Kingdom up against arguably one of the best Zergs in the world, IMNestea. Now he is playing under the IPL Observe account. This is part of IPL 3's open bracket, I believe. So ignore that tag. I'll mess it up at least once or twice. But hopefully you understand that that is IMNestea. Artosis is like, I don't know, his infatuation as far as Zerg is concerned. And this game, I have no idea how long it is. But the file of the replay was 306 kilobytes. And that's pretty big. Alright, I'm like really nervous. That's pretty huge. FnaticaLive starting this game super standard, adding a barracks right here at his natural choke. Going to be walling that off so that no scouting can get done in there. And going to add on a gas as well, and it looks like Nestea content with just droning up, and it looks like he is going to be going for a hatchery. More than likely here on 15. And he does, as soon as those minerals hit 300, he goes ahead and throws it down immediately. Nothing surprising right there. I was talking about this in an earlier game that I casted today. Sick versus somebody. I don't know, go watch it. Sick versus somebody, it's a TVZ on this map as well. And I said, Zerg, this third base is very difficult to take, I feel like. But at the same time, it's really easy to grab your natural. It's a very secure natural because of this tight choke here. So this map, very good, very well balanced, I think. I haven't seen the reports on ladder, but it seems to be pretty well received by the community thus far, given the current metagame. Pool is now down here for Nestea, and his extractor is up, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him throw some drones in there. A little slow there. I wonder if that's foreshadowing. Donut. Nestea's Overlord is going to get off the playing field just in the nick of time. I'm going to get over these rocks and be able to check out gas timings. We do have a factory on the way now, and it looks like we'll be seeing some reactored Hellions here at a FnaticaLive. Super standard game thus far by both players. And be kind of curious, there is the reactor, that's what he was waiting on. And the natural expansion is up for IMNestea. Won't be surprised if we see FnaticaLive throw down a command center very shortly after he builds his next round of units, because shortly after you build this factory, typically you're building a command center, or I'm sorry, shortly after you build the Hellions out of there, you are building a command center. And it looks like that's exactly what we are going to be seeing here, probably with this SCV over here. And I lie, there's a starport actually, so it looks like we will be seeing in another barracks. Oh no, that's that barracks. Haha, I'm terrible. Alright, see, that's what we do. Alright, 2 Hellions are on the way as well as a starport, so I don't know if we're going to be seeing a drop with these Hellions. Probably over here, if there is a drop, probably will happen right here in the back of the Zerg's base. Make it difficult for him to get. And actually, we do see a tech lab going down on the barracks, so not rushing up to medevacs, but rushing to Banshees, and going to open with a Banshee opener. Banshee opener is very strong by Terran if you micro your Banshees correctly. Banshees have to do some damage, obviously, to be cost effective, but very good opening by Terrans nonetheless. And if you go ahead and get Cloak with that, you can often catch the Zerg off guard if he's not playing as correctly as possible. And there's a bee flying around my head, and it's bugging me so much, and I'm trying so hard not to freak out. Cloak is on the way, and it doesn't look like anything is on the way. Actually, there is an evolution chamber just now on the way. I don't know if that is reactionary, just playing safe, or if he does plan on getting some upgrades with that. But nonetheless, it will help him a lot. Hellions did swing in here, didn't do a whole lot of anything because the Queen's there. And some Lings are going to scoot out around here and look like they are going to go for a bit of a counter attack. And we'll kind of see what kind of damage, what kind of scouting they can get done here. 2 Marines are guarding the front. Those will obviously go by very quickly. And Hellions actually might catch these Lings off guard if they're not careful. And it looks like the Lings are running right into a trap. They're lined up too. And pretty good splitting there by Nestea actually. could have cost FnaticaLive the Hellions if he wasn't completely careful. First Banshee is out and making its way across the map. It will get there as soon as Cloak finishes. No spores are up. Actually, there is one probably at each base. I just wasn't paying attention. Yeah, there is one at each base. I apologize for that. And this Banshee is actually going to go straight into the main here. And curious to see what kind of damage you can do with all the preparations in place. And another spore is on the way. It actually gets hit pretty good. Queen is able to see it. Actually, not anymore. And the Queen actually may die here. No. I'm just going to go over here. And it looks like he will pick off maybe a couple of drones. This hasn't been the most successful Banshee, but he does get 2 drones there. So that's not so bad in and of itself. Going to start working away at the spawning pool there. Before it turns around, oh, Queen could pick it off. No. IMNestea's spore crawler placement very well done there. Makes those Banshees only have 2 kills. No lost mining time, no loss of Queens, nothing like that. So just a very good hold there by IMNestea. Looks like the Hellions are doing a little bit of damage to these Lings. All the Lings actually are going to fall here, except for 2 that are going to run away with their life. And the Marines are going to come clean those up. So a sad day for those Lings. Another Banshee is on the way. And there is another one over here in the main with 2 kills. Looks like it is going to run away though as soon as the Queen gets there to defend. Keep in mind this is before the patch with the amazing Queen range. So not a whole lot is going to be done there. Purple and blue is very hard to see together on a mini-map when the Zerg's color is purple. That's all I'm saying. When the Zerg's got like their purple creep. Looks like we do have a small little push out here coming from FnaticaLive. IMNestea's Banshee is keeping the Zerg player busy. 18 Lings are on the way, so this attack has been successfully scouted, and actually creep is going to be dying here. So very nicely done here by FnaticaLive to clear the creep of the Zerg. And this spine crawler actually is going to fall as well. And we are going to see a bit of an attack here. Banelings are morphing, 6 of them to be precise. And a lot of SCVs with this pool too. Marines getting some pretty good surface area there. Oh, Banelings hit a big Baneling hit by IMNestea, but it looks like there'll be too much there for the Terran. There's still some left over here. Going to pick off maybe an Overseer. No, Banelings did a great job there, but there are a lot. Now all the Marines will get picked up. The tanks are in danger, but good medevac micro there actually. And the Zerg player, a little bit of trouble, is up by 9 supply. 18 Lings are about to pop, so he will be okay. But it's still just a little bit more scary than IMNestea would like to, I'd imagine. FnaticaLive now working on this hatchery. Banshee's doing a lot of damage right now, actually dealing out a lot. Would like to see them get onto the Banelings. The Banelings are going to come in here and get picked off entirely by the Banshees, and all the Marines are going to come out. So many Banshees, actually, nothing to deal with them. There are no spore crawlers left. Marines still streaming in here from FnaticaLive as we look at the replay. The food count 68 for IMNestea, 63 for FnaticaLive. FnaticaLive killing SCVs, or killing SCVs, killing Zerglings and Queens as they pop out. IMNestea's third base is about to die. It looks like there are Mutalisks that are joining the battle, but those Marines will beat those Mutalisks, and this natural expansion will die. And it looks like here is the base dying. Banshees are up here doing some work. The Mutalisks are going to be able to deal with those nicely. So many Overlords are dying here. Such great damage being done by FnaticaLive. Checking out the worker count, 37 to 24 in favor of IMNestea still, actually, believe it or not. And looks like the Terran is going to march right up here into the base of the Zerg. The macro hatch is in danger of dying. Marines in a great position. The tank in a great position. And I really don't know what IMNestea can do about this. He is down 7 supply. The Banshee did just kill the macro hatch. Would like to see them go start working on some tech. Tanks are getting picked off as they come in here. That's what IMNestea needs to do. But the Mutalisks, before they can kill that tank, are going to get picked off. Looks like they are going to swing right back around here. There is a scout coming in super slow, but there are Marines right there. And the Banshee's doing most of the damage here. Might get this spawning pool, which would just cease all Zerg production. Marines are coming in here as well with the help from the tanks. Nothing is going to kill these Marines today. The Banshees do kill the spawning pool. There is no more spawning pool in production. There it goes. IMNestea has to be feeling some kind of pinch here. All the Banshees, oh, wow. I thought that second Banshee was going to get picked off there. It certainly will. No. Wow, those Banshees like to flirt with danger, they do. One tank does get picked off. There are a lot of mutas out now. Not enough money to keep producing more. But FnaticaLive doing a ton of damage and actually going to pick off even more. Wow, look at that. All the Mutalisks are getting attacked right now. Zerglings are streaming in from all sides. Banshees are going to get cleaned up now. Now the Banelings did clear out all of the Marine support. Wow, what damage was done by FnaticaLive. Let's check this out. The Zerg losing 3,500 more resources than his Terran opponent here. The Terran is going to go ahead and grab a natural. Such a strong, aggressive push there by FnaticaLive. Did he do enough damage? I think so. 35 to 31 workers in favor of IMNestea. But IMNestea doesn't have a natural. The Terran does. And that's 2 mules that he will have as soon as this command center morphs over here. And he will start rolling into what looks to be standard Marine tank medevac play. There are mutas actually in the base, and there are no turrets to be prepared for. So IMNestea is going to be able to harass his way a little bit into this game. He is up by 5 supply, but a 5 supply won't mean a whole lot when the Terran is on 2 fully saturated bases here. Actually pretty oversaturated here. Kind of mine those out a little bit, but can't blame him. Zerg going to go ahead and take a third. And that Hellion, that's a Hellion? That's a Banshee, Jordan. Banshee will die. It's not even going to die. You can tell I've been casting a lot today. That Banshee is going to get shooed away, so to speak. And that third base will go up. And double expanding is exactly what IMNestea needs to do to get back into this game. Just try to crank out a lot of drones as quickly as possible. And that will be the key to his success. It looks like here the Marines are going to go ahead and take the watchtower. And the Terran is going to push out again with a massive force. The Zerg's Mutalisks are on the way, and he will see this coming ideally. And here we go. Will the Terran be able to catch the Mutas? No. And the Terran's actually going to have to retreat because of this Muta ball that is sweeping back in here. And 2 Marines are going to die, as well as possibly 2 medevacs. A turret in position, however, and that turret's not worth those Mutalisks. It looks like the Terran has reached the point where he's decided to turn around, and he is just going to march right up here. What is here to deal with it? A lot of Banelings and 10lings are on the way as well. Terran deciding that's not the best place to engage. I'm going to sweep around here. I'm going to go do some damage on the third. No, FnaticaLive decides to turn back around. Mutalisks actually doing a lot of work over here, just keeping the Terran very busy. But nonetheless, they do decide to turn around. We could see some Marines cross over some... Oh no, I thought we were going to see some Marines cross over some mutas there. But good control by IMNestea at the last second to pull it away in case we anticipate anything else out of IMNestea. Combat shield, actually, I didn't notice hadn't been researched, but it is halfway done, as well as +1 armor is on the way, so these Marines will be +1, and the Lings are +1/+0. So Marines back here at the base for FnaticaLive are doing a great job at keeping these mutas at bay. Actually, the mutas are slightly boxed in here and slightly taking damage to them over time. 1 on the way, and it looks like actually IPL Observed, or IMNestea, sorry, is looking to want to push out himself, and he is going to get that tech lab, and that's an annoyance for a Terran player. Going to get the SCV building the command center, and actually gets a cancel off on the command center, so good little muta harass there by IMNestea. And these Marines actually could have trapped the mutas in there, but good job by IMNestea to get those out of there. And it looks like here the natural expansion, or the main expansion I should say, is drying up here for FnaticaLive. He's going to be running pretty low on money, as he is already. This base pretty over saturated there. He's up to 20, which is a little above optimal, but fine nonetheless. And the Mutalisks are moving back in, and 3 Marines are going to go up and try to chase away, and they do. Looks like FnaticaLive wants to try to hit the third from the other side here. In a pretty good position, I feel like he is actually only up by 4 supply, or 2 supply now in terms of army, whereas he had a massive lead. That shows you the capability of Zerg macro if done right. Shows you the capability of IMNestea macro if done right. And FnaticaLive now pushing out to take out the third. If this third falls, that would spell a lot of trouble for IMNestea, but IMNestea looks like he's going to do some counter aggression of his own, while the Terran army is way out of place, way up here all the way at the third. Mutalisks are in the main, and it looks like we are going to have some bling action down here at the natural. Banelings crash over all the bunker, and looks like all the Marines there will die. Banelings are going to roll up and break down the front door, but Marines are rolling in down to the natural expansion. That will be fine, and the third base for IMNestea actually goes out the wayside. There are enough Marines here to clean this up, and it actually looks like IMNestea is in a pretty bad position. Did he save all those SCVs? I don't actually think so. All the SCVs actually died there at the natural. 34 workers killed, and here come a lot of Banelings that do back up last second here, and it looks like we are going to have FnaticaLive pushing into the natural expansion, knowing that this attack has to kill him since all of his units were killed there at the natural. 18 workers are left for Fanatics alive to the 43. Here come the Lings and the Blings. Banelings crushing over everything. The last tank goes down. These Banelings could hit on all of these Marines. Are they fast enough? They are on creep. The Lings get around and they're going to stop the Banelings. Oh no, the Lings don't. The Lings do so much damage. The Banelings get hits. The Marines don't do the spread. I am talking so much over myself right now. So sorry. Looks like there is a drop going down here, actually in the main. Oh my goodness, I missed this drop in the midst of all the action, and here are the Mutalisks cleaning it up, but a lot of damage looks like it was done. The Hive still stands, however. Medevac does done, so it looks like IMNestea is in an okay position, and you have one Overlord working here to get away from one Marine. Checking out the workers' kill, 31 to 34. Checking out the tab, 44 to 18 in favor of IMNestea. IMNestea, the drone king, it seems, right now, is doing just fine in terms of economy. He has the ability to just continually make units, while FnaticaLive has to be hurting a little bit. This pretty much represents FnaticaLive's worker count. And looks like FnaticaLive going to go in for some more aggression here. Mutalisks are making their way in and shutting down the gas mining supply here for FnaticaLive. FnaticaLive deciding that he's going to push anyway. Checking out the army tab, 55 to 38 in favor of FnaticaLive. FnaticaLive with a great army control here of the map. Partially in due to all the resources just spent by IMNestea. So IMNestea could lose the game with this attack, but FnaticaLive has to win here. It feels like the fourth will not go up for IMNestea, and the Marines will chase away the Mutas. So a very tense game at this moment right now. It really could go to either player. Just all going to be based on how they control their armies in the fight. Looks like IMNestea is going to retake his third up there at the natural third position. And the army of the Zerg is trapped inside the natural. 34 Lings are on the way, as well as an additional Muta. So the army for IMNestea, or IPL Observed, as I was about to say, is going to be fine. And there's a flying shark. There's a flying shark on the map, folks. Super nifty. These two Marines are going to meet their doom. Not that they signed up for that. +1/+1 is for the Terrans upgrades, and the +1/+1 for the Zerg. So the Zerg actually on equal footing. It looks like these Mutas will just miss this dropship that is coming right here across the map, and the Terran looks like it wants to swing around and hit the third again. Mutas are sweeping back around. Will they come in here and harass this lone supply depot? And it looks like two Marines are going to come in here and get straight killed. Creeping along the side here is the dropship, and it looks like the Mutas are going to come in here and further attack the mining of the Terran. Terran actually has Marines in pretty good position. The third actually forced to cancel, and it looks like actually this drop is going to go undetected. You should see it now. IMNestea very good with his mini-map awareness, but what's he going to do when there's an army at his natural and a drop at the back of his base? Well, IMNestea deals with that just fine. However, FnaticaLive picks up just very quickly, not going to lose a single unit here. This would be a great time for FnaticaLive to move his army into position, knowing that his opponent is busy. Looks like we do have a lot of damage being done here at the natural. No turrets are up anymore, and they are going to be chased away before too much damage is done. But the Mutas are starting to become quite the harassment for FnaticaLive. FnaticaLive turning back around. I don't know if he has the kind of clout right now to be turning back around. Checking out the army and the worker supply, 73 to 83 in favor of IMNestea, and IMNestea's just completely ahead in every sense of the word right now. Just cleaning up little random Marines across the map. FnaticaLive with his army in the middle of the map, not quite sure what he wants to do. There are two Marines over here that are going to die again. And looks like IPL Observed, or IMNestea, as I've done that 3 times now in just this game, wants to turn around here and go do some aggression of his own. FnaticaLive unsiege. This would be really bad for IPL. This would be really bad if IPL decided to swing in right now, being unsieged like that. +2 flyers is on the way for IMNestea. The upgrades now starting to swing into the Zerg's favor. Checking out the income for the Terran way ahead actually, because of mules. That's how good mules are. Looks like there are going to be some more Mutas that swing in here, but there are plenty of Marines to meet him. And a little bit of dancing back and forth here right outside IMNestea's third that has finished and is mining. More Banelings are on the way. There is 2 soul tanks here to combat these Banelings. 2 tanks, that's it. There are plenty of Mutas to deal with those 2 tanks, and plenty of Banelings to deal with the Marines. And actually, the Mutas are going to get picked off a little bit there. A little bit of damage is going to be done to them. But it looks like IMNestea wants to go for it. No. Decides to back up last second. And looks like he will turn around here. Actually, IMNestea trying to fight Mutas that try to fight with mutas against the Marines. That's never a good trade at all. And looks like the Marines are going to roll in here. We are going to have an engagement that has been forced by FnaticaLive. FnaticaLive backing the Marines up into the corner here, actually. And those Marines are going to get away with some good kiting micros, so it would seem. Not for long, though. It looks like IMNestea finally wants to go in. Bailing's going to splatter all over the tanks. And IMNestea not going to have enough left to deal with these Marines. The Bailings went off all over the tanks. Not the greatest engagement by him. He does, however, still have the supply lead. Let's check out the army tab here. You see that IMNestea does have a lot of mutas left. The mutas going to have to make a stand against the Marines. It looks like there are enough mutalisks. There are not enough Marines to deal with the heavy muta count. There are 19 mutas, and they just clean up all of the Marines there. And more Marines do join the fray, but it looks like IMNestea still has enough. Cleans up another tank. He's going to clean up a couple more medevacs and GTFO he is. Checking out the army tab, 58 to 51. Still a deadlocked game. Actually, worker tab exactly the same. This game is exactly even. Such great play by both players. Very back and forth there. Very gutsy by IPL Observer. Or, gosh darn it, IMNestea to go ahead and fight with those mutas against Marines, but does it, and does it to great effect. FnaticaLive in a pretty good defensive position there. The Banelings gonna need more Banelings. Banelings are morphing now, 2 of them to be precise. It looks like 7 Marines at a time are popping in. The Terran wants to press forward a little bit. Command Center under fire, and Banelings are not done yet. It looks like they will be finishing here very shortly. Siege tank splatters do go off, and these mutalisks are going to be chased out here by the upgraded Marines. Actually, at +1/+1, mutalisks are slipping back in here to see what kind of damage they can do. Going to pick off, that one SCV has been there the entire time. Going to pick off the tech lab once again. Tons of mules are being dropped there. Oh, a sandwich of the mutalisks have been created here by FnaticaLive. Picking off a lot of mutalisks there. A lot of mutalisks did that. I just spit all over my keyboard. That's absolutely disgusting. Mutalisks are slipping back in here. Over to the natural. Tons of SCVs are jaded. Oh, and the area of effect done by the mutalisks kills off a lot of SCVs. How many SCVs are alive? 7 supply lead for IPL Observer or IMNestea. Gosh darn it. In this game, 7 supply workers up. And the muta is well worth their weight in gold, so it would seem supply does favor FnaticaLive, but that will probably go back and forth 10 more times. This game could go down to anyone. Both players mining off of just one base right now. The main and the natural for both players is mining out. Both are mining solely from their thirds here. 3 tanks somehow, for some reason, were in the middle of the map. And the Zerg, what does the Zerg's army tab look like? 78 to 64 in favor of the Terran player. So, the Terran player, good position here in terms of army supply, but it all comes down to the engagement. You are playing against the best Zerg in the world, so you have to be very careful with how you use your army here. Oh, Marines could get a sandwich here. And actually, there's plenty of mutas to roll all over the Marines. Terran doesn't look like he wants to turn around. Splits half of his army, actually. That's not a very good decision there by FnaticaLive. I'd like to see him keep his whole army together. Continually strolling out 6-7 Marines at a time. And this third base is under siege, or at least going to be here, by FnaticaLive. IMNestea is going to have to come back and defend this. What does IMNestea have to deal with? This just a little handful of bling bling, but a lot of muta. This base could fall if this base falls. That could be very terrible for IMNestea. Oh, tons of mutalisks, however, could pick off all of these. Oh, medevac's taking a lot of damage here, and these tanks in a pretty good position. It looks like the Zerg is going to come up around here, and it is going to try to get a good area of effect. Baneling's not in a good position. Baneling's actually getting obliterated by the tank, but there are still some remaining. Tons of Marines, however, and they are going to get cleaned up by the mutalisks because there's a superior number of mutalisks. Tons of Marines do re-enjoy battle. Not enough Lings in this, I don't think. However, why I shouldn't speak before I understand. So it seems 55 supply for IMNestea, 68 supply for FnaticaLive. FnaticaLive, oh, the drones are being pulled here by IMNestea. IMNestea trying to make the last defense. The tank doing a lot of damage to absolutely nothing. So many mutalisks actually going to clean up all of these Marines, but more join the battle. More Marines join the battle, and IMNestea GG's. FnaticaLive has beaten the best Zerg player in the world on Cloud Kingdom. Terran versus Zerg. Here's such a great game by both players, back and forth. That's why it was like the most hottest game on SC2net. That's why. Such a good game. Both players. Congrats. A lot of damage done by FnaticaLive. That big one base aggression that he put on put him in a position where he could make some mistakes and eventually win the game with 49 supply to 14. That's right, 14 supply. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this game. It was awesome. 33 minutes and 59 seconds of action. I hope you enjoyed it half as much as I did. And subscribe to me on Twitter at IMNestea. Follow me on YouTube. I said that backwards. But I'm youtube.com/IMNestea040991. And like the video, give me some constructive feedback. Thank you guys so much, and have a great day.